I'm doing everything right and the way that I'm supposed to be doing things without even knowing that I had been doing it. That's the whole point, is to get different personalities to like you.
I don't stand anywhere with Lindsay. I stand far away from her.
Wesley is fake. He's like, Lils, I'm coming for her. I'm like, hold on. Like, me and Lils met you at the same time.
Do he want his own ass? So he wants to swipe his ass.
Oh, I gotta get Wesley out.
I say Wesley, Treasure.
Gosh, like, I was so hurt. And Treasure said Wesley.
Hello, Void.
Hello, Void. After tonight, at least one, if not two of you, will be out of the Void and back in the game.
People that need this game out in the outside world. Hashtag Leonard. Let you go in the void. You feel what I'm saying? Well, Mr. Facade himself.
But you don't fucking know this at all.
Hey.
Wow, so I finally get to meet the Adam. Huh?
Yeah, I've heard a lot about you.
Yeah, I heard a lot about you too. I can't
All
wait
right.
to see what's real and what's not. We're going to throw this out there just so y'all know that everything that's done get back to me. All y'all that was in the group with Wesley when he was talking about how he gonna take me down, I hope y'all let him know. If y'all talk to him after tonight, I'm well aware. I know how fake he is. I know how when we talked one-on-one, Adam, you were the culprit. However, now I know he's the culprit. And yeah. So yeah, all this stuff coming out. So it is what it is. But I just want you to know, Adam, who I am. Dee Dee, I haven't talked to you in a minute, but I want you to know who I am and let you know that from day 1 to day 9, Lils has remained the same. My personality will not change. The only thing that's gonna change now is the way I treat these fuckers in this game. Because y'all playing with the right one. Absolutely.
All right. Well, Wesley's in the void now, so he's not gonna get you out anytime soon.
I'm not surprised because I think everybody figuring him out now. I heard that my name comes up in everybody's chat.
It really does.
Me feel good because that tells me I'm doing something those way with authenticity. Because I don't need to switch my personality straight like so.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about you before tonight, just because everyone's talking about you, and I've heard that you're very methodical and like you are really good at breaking down who a person is like psychologically. That's what I've heard from other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's some real. The funny thing is, even though this is a game, real sociopaths in it. And the thing is, I think that a lot of people need this game to survive in the outside world, and that's the part. That's the threat. That's how the threat. Keep it at the people that need this game to survive in the outside world. Hashtag Leonard.
What Liz said behind the scenes really ticks me off.
Because your threat should go in the void. You feel what I'm saying? Well, Mr. Facade himself. Let me
Leo.
Hi, Treasure. Hi, Adam. Hi, it's
here?
going good. Liz, I need to just tell you something.
I need to tell you a whole lot.
No, I just want to let you know something. So, I don't understand. I was actually listening to what you were saying, and I don't understand how you can come up to me and just tell me that I'm lying, but you don't fucking know me at all. You do not know me because
I don't
let me tell you what I really think, because you are telling all these people what you think. But let me tell you what I think about, because you know what? I was in the first night when you said, you friends, I actually fucking meant that, Liz. I gave you actually a good mark, and you know what? The worst part is you can come to everybody and
these marks
them
because I haven't been in no group with you.
Every person
I have not been in no group with you. These marks don't mean nothing because all y'all
Liz, I don't care what you are saying, because you are trying to dominate everyone on this game. You're trying to dominate
ain't nobody thinking about nothing you trying to say.
No.
Anyway.
Why would you tell me I'm lying? You don't know me, Liz.
When Leonard popped me in, I was like, oh my gosh, it's Leonard. Leonard's back. in my head or whatever. But then he started cursing out Leo's, and I was like, Leo. I did not expect that from him. I was like, oh my gosh, he's going off on this lady.
Lils and Leonard had a huge argument. Leonard's just coming on here, going at Lils. Lils was kind of just sitting back listening, but like, hey, I said what I said. I meant what I meant. Leonard's just like, well, you can't say that. Da-da-da-da. Obviously, y'all saw. Crazy. Wasn't expecting that.
You have seen me one time in one group. Tell me, I want to know.
Baby, your name come up in every chat about how you be carrying on, and I already know how you be carrying on. But let me tell you just like this. This is what I gather. Everybody in this game is putting on a facade, right? Everybody in here is putting on a facade. And the interesting thing to me is that y'all building these alliances and making pacts to give everybody's fives, but then you find out that your boys and your girls not giving y'all all the same scores. That's fake. All y'all fake.
I don't know. That just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, I appreciate being candid, but I think it gets to a point where it's just too much.
Liz, the only thing I was yesterday night that everyone was speaking about Wesley and how he was literally telling us in our group that he's going to bring you down.
Absolutely.
And you know what
I found out about him too.
You know, Liz,
I found out about him too.
I also gave Wesley a 1. But you know what, Liz? I didn't see you as a threat at all. But you know what hurts to me is that you can come here and tell me that I'm not, you know, this is
when did I talk to you, Leonard?
I am fake.
When have I seen you? You haven't been in any groups with me. Because if you would have been in a group with me, I would have told you to your face just like I told everybody else.
I'm not ready for the real life.
Also, all of us were just kind of sitting there like,
it was the most entertainment I have gotten in a long time.
Online, I came a little bit late, and I noticed Leonard and Lils arguing, you know, and to be honest, you know, Lils, what I've noticed in the argument is that Lils was stating her opinion of how she felt. Leonard probably took it the wrong way. That's the way I saw it.
You need to keep quiet and listen actually to other people. Because you don't know.
You need to watch who you telling to keep quiet. You need to keep quiet. And you need to listen.
You're really disrespectful, Liz. You're the most disrespectful person ever.
He was throwing shade at Lils. Oh, he's a cool guy and all, but he was like very temperamental, I guess, being led by his emotions. That's not very cool. But I would rather him be in than Lils, so if I get the chance, y'all know which way I'm voting.
That's
how you doing, Flash?
If you come up to my face and you can tell to these people, and you know this is a game, and you can tell these people that this is a good game for people for the real life, then I'm gonna have a problem with you. Because you know what, Liz, I don't deserve that you have spoken to me. I didn't deserve that you spoke to me like that. I do not deserve that at all. Because you know, I was just the first night I met you, I didn't have a problem with you at all. I gave you a flipping good grade, Liz, of all those people, and then you want to come tell me that I'm fake and that I'm lying to you.
What you're not seeming to understand, these grades mean a hell of a bean because they fake. They're built upon alliances, pacts, and false realities. Everybody in this game has had an opportunity to hear how I felt about them. The only person that hasn't heard my second piece is Wesley, because Wesley was fake in my face yesterday, and I have to check him when I see him because I haven't had a chance to check him. So you're not the first person to tell me that Wesley's plan was to take me down, because the reality is Wesley's plan was to make me think that like Adam was a threat. You feel what I'm saying? To co-sign my thoughts about you, Leonard, and all of that.
Then why wouldn't you say that to me the night when you met me?
Because number one, I didn't start putting you together until after that night, when I started to really replay the fact that everybody I learned about that I had met, I learned about from you. Leonard, you don't realize, when your ass be talking, you be talking about everybody. And I don't even think you realize how many people you were talking about. I ain't know who Brooklyn was, but y'all was talking about Brooklyn. and spitting off stuff. And see, I think you be talking so much, you don't be realizing what you be saying. I got notes. Player. And baby, hello somebody. If I really would have, if I would have been in a group with you before now. Oh yeah, Flash. But you know what, Flash? I think now they're grading us the right way. You remember how I said, wait a minute, Leonard, I'm gonna come back to you. You remember how I was saying people are misinterpreting threats? I think now they're really grading. Y'all remember what I said earlier before Flash came on? And Leonard, I don't think Leonard was one either. But I think now people are interpreting threat the right way. Leonard, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm done with it. We have spent 15-20 minutes. Ain't nobody else got a chance to talk. And I'm pretty sure they got shit that they want to say. But if you want to have a one-on-one, whenever the opportunity presents itself, we can absolutely have a one-on-one. But at the end of the day, you are what you answer to. I'm going to always have my opinion. I'm going to always speak my opinion, right? You don't have to accept it. I don't expect you to accept it if that's not who you think you are. I'm just telling you from what I see and putting everybody else's recollection of, I don't even want to say facts. I'm not going to say facts. Recollection of events. Because anything that I hear is secondhand information, right? So I can't really validate secondhand information. I can only go on what I know. But if everybody is saying the same thing, 9 times out of 10, it's not everybody. I'm just saying. But it's what it is.
It's fine, Liz. We're gonna leave it right there. So yes, it's fine.
Facts.
We can hear about the other people now.
Facts. What's up, Flash?
What up?
I think the players finally found out tonight who I can be. And I think that I'm going to be a big threat to them tonight, but it's fine. I'm fine going back to the Void. As long as I don't see that Liz face again, then I'm fine.
Has anybody played the game Telephone before?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Okay, so the game Telephone is let's say you have a group of people and somebody starts saying one thing, but at the end it's a whole different story because that's not what they heard the first thing. So this game I've noticed is just like that. Different people will say different things from different events and different face-to-face stuff, but that's not actually what really happened. That's not what they said. I have noticed that. Lils, when I was speaking to Didion yesterday when he was talking about Brooklyn, I have noticed that on my when I was thinking and processing stuff, I noticed that Brooklyn didn't mention what she said, but now I understand why he misinterpreted, thinking it was a whole different thing. So that's how I feel like this whole game. This is how it's been so far. Like,
but what do I always be telling these people? Come to me. Come to the source.
Right.
Don't be listening to what other people say, because I'm gonna tell you what I said in your face. Like, it's not about to be no game. It's not to be all this back and forth. If I see you, I'm gonna tell you.
Right.
It is what it is.
I did want to say something because, like you said, how things are getting twisted. Like Leonard, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I did not have the best first impression of you because of what I've heard. Like, something that I heard is that you called, like, for example, Kelsey, like, the B word, right? Yeah. Before you explain, when I heard that, I was like, you sound so disrespectful. That is not okay. Like, you should not talk to anybody in that way. And based off of that, I had rated you. I'm gonna be honest. I rated you lower throughout the game because I was like, that's disrespectful compared to other people. I don't know anybody else who would say that. When I had the opportunity, I had only talked to Kelsey once, like first round. When I had the opportunity to speak to her, I asked her directly. I was like, okay, everybody's saying this and that about this situation. How do you feel about the situation? And she personally told me, she was like, in that moment, I didn't see it as that big of a deal. And that's her. I just wanted to see how she interpreted it. She wasn't hurt by it. She was okay with it because she said essentially, like, people, I corrected her because she said people are becoming more friends, and I was like, well, in this game nobody's your friend because it is a game. But at the same time, she wasn't hurt by it, so I was like, okay, now that I know that from you, I can stop having this thing about Leonard in my head, because going based off of that, I didn't have a good first impression of you. But because you were not in the game, I didn't have an opportunity to clarify or ask you about the situation. That's what I mean with the telephone thing and things being passed. Like, even if that's not what you meant, like, everything is being interpreted a different way. Everybody's voting for people based off of first impressions and what they feel. That's just it.
So I was 2 nights ago. I was with a group of Dillion, Alex, and Wesley, and Didi. I think Didi. It was me and Dad. Yes, and Didi didn't like. I know that they also told me about the thing about Treasure you told me about right now. But now, Kelsey told me that she, like you said, she didn't see it like, and I'm so sorry for how that came through because I was so stupid for saying that. I really didn't mean it like that at all because I have respect for the women. I really do. So I was really I didn't mean that at all. Sorry, it's just like in our hometown that is how we speak to each other. Like if we are making a joke. So I'm very sorry about that, Treasure, as well. So yes.
So I'm happy I could clear that up with you because I even said it a couple weeks ago. I was like, I wish I could have the opportunity to speak to him because I have not been able to. And this is still my first impression, and like the one time I talked to him, and I don't like that. This is my only impression. So
hold up. So this whole time when because when I right after I met you, Leonard, I was in a group. I forgot who it was, but they were like, "You're rude" or something like that. This whole thing was because you said bitch.
Yes.
The whole bitch thing it wasn't any harm. I mean, that's normal. That's normal where I'm from. I do that. That's normal. So that's why I'm like confused as to what. But I see why because everyone isn't the same. So
he cleared it up. I had spoken to Kelsey previously. She cleared it up. I have no reason to have that impression of him. If he said what he said, he apologized, talked about it, whatever. But I can go from the impression that he gave today, which is my first time talking to him since all that mess. He brought the fire. So I still don't know how I feel about him.
Sorry guys, I won't say that again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Which like your sorry does seem genuine and I do believe you. And like where I'm from, like people call people that, like it's really nothing, but it's just the fact that like people are getting too comfortable saying like friends. And at the end of the day, like none of us can be like friends yet. I feel like until this is over because it's a game. Everybody's competing to be what like you would say the power player, whatever you want to call it. Like we're competing against each other right now. So as much as you might favor someone more than the other, you cannot be truly friends until when this game is done because it's a game. So when you said that, I was like, okay, that's not your friend. Like you shouldn't be calling somebody that. But I do understand where you're coming from. I'm happy we got to clear this up and speak to you directly about it because I think that was important and it was being talked about a lot. It was.
Hold up. I think Lil's gotta say something. Lil, you sure? I see all types of
when I tell you I'm not right now, I'm not saying nothing. I'm getting myself together because I agree with Treasure. Everybody is using the word friend a little bit too freely.
Okay.
And that's just where I am right now.
The whole time during that conversation, you were making faces nonstop, though. Like, we could tell what you were thinking.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. For someone who claims to say exactly what she thinks, she's not really saying what she thinks, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you're making faces.
And before you try to reverse psychology on me, please understand, right now, I'm being quiet simply because I'm not going to disrespect anybody right now. So I'm going to stay quiet, just to let you know.
But I can tell, like, looking at Adam, I can tell he do not fucks with Liz. Like, I can tell. Like, even that little subtle shade, like, he loves throwing subtle shade for some reason.
He has kept you in, so you would have no reason to want to take him out.
Yeah, that's the biggest reason.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because I would feel like he would think I didn't held up my end of the deal. Not deal, but held up my end of the loyalty or whatever. Because I thought I was going to go to the Void the other day.
Right.
So by what you're saying, though, Treasure, it sounds like Wesley's plan is literally surround himself with yes men. Like people who are just going to agree with him on whatever he says, which like...
I didn't really appreciate the subtle shade towards me when he was talking to Treasure, saying, oh, Wesley looking for a yes man, he's going to recruit yes men and all of that. And right at the time, like that was right after, I was like, well, I like Wesley.
So I know she made that faces for me, but she didn't have words. And then she was nice again. So she knew she was wrong there. And I hope these players tonight see that. And that they can try to get in the void, because she's our biggest competition right now. And I really feel she needs to go.
So I am wearing a Def Leppard shirt. If I could describe today in a Def Leppard song, I would call it Rock of Ages, because that song is just intense and just fire, and it literally says like, burn this place right to the ground. Like, that's how I felt in that conversation. There's just a lot going on.
I gave Lindsay and Dillon high grades based on if I think that they could make a good decision, because Dillon and I have similar views. Oh my gosh, get it together. Views on how voting should go.
I don't know. I was definitely feeling some type of way because everybody got really quiet when I started getting excited, let's say. Everybody got real quiet and it was like nobody wanted to say anything. Alex, for one, like I've been in a lot of groups with her, but at the same time, I feel like I haven't quite figured her out yet.
Alex, I feel like people just don't know her. And that's why she's there, because people just genuinely just don't know her. At the top, I put Kelsey because I feel like she isn't judging people based off what other people are saying, and she's actually taking the time to figure everybody out individually, not going based off what other people are saying.
My grades for tonight, I gave them 2s for decision making, right? Yeah, and then Delion 3. Just because the others, like I just went off of the chat tonight and I felt like Delion was really the only one with a super big opinion.
The only people I do trust is the people in the void, because they, well, except Wesley because he's recently there. So I don't trust anyone. I did trust Kelsey and I did trust Dillon, and the Flash, that's over. I'm not trusting anyone in the game. That's why they got lower marks tonight.
I voted Adam Treasure as a 1 for voting, because they honestly do not know how to vote for poorly voting. They don't. Like Treasure last night, she even mentioned the fact that how she was voting Linear the whole entire completely wrong because of a one little thing that somebody told her. You know, if that's the case, then every single time somebody tells her something, she's gonna believe them and actually, without actually knowing the person.
I gave Adam and Dee the high score. I think they would make the best decisions. They seem like when I was in the power player group with them, they knew what they wanted, and I respect that, so I gave them that. Although the chat today was fiery, I did give Lils a 4 because I think that she knows what she wants.
For the grades tonight, for decision making, I gave Lils 4 because she has a list and she take notes.
Treasure, I gave a 4 because I know her. I understand her thought process. Dee Dee, I gave a 4 because I know her and because I know that she's loyal, and I think she likes me. Pretty sure.
Who we got in here? Oh, so you're Brooklyn.
Hi.
Oh, snap. Let me see.
Hey, Brooklyn, with your cute ass over there.
My first thought when I saw him for the first time was, wow, this guy's really cute.
Check this off. I can have to.
Hi.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Hi. Wesley.
Yeah.
What happened?
Okay,
Oh, you already know.
Hey.
I got put in a group with it was Alex and it was Lindsay. So I already knew my ass was going home.
I got a popsicle. Does that count?
I mean, it worked.
Oh shit.
Is it a boozy?
We're having a bring your own beverage night. BYOB.
Well, where's South Africa at?
Who?
South Africa.
Got out.
Oh, he left?
No, he went back up.
So it was only one person that went up?
Are you shitting me?
I thought so. I thought like that was
Wesley, I don't know you. You should tell me about you.
Yeah, that's right. You haven't met Wesley.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I was going to fry up South Africa. That was my whole plan. All right, so I'm originally from Baltimore, but I live in PA/Ohio. All that stuff. Athlete, play football.
I just got done with the workout. That's why I look like this. But
What kind? You did core?
no, I went on like a 4-mile run and I did some other stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah. Okay. So the reason why you're here. Here's the story. All right. So it was in the Power Players, and we were sitting there, and I was trying to send Adam, but Kelsey and what's her name, Lindsay, the basic Barbie, she came up and she was fighting for Adam. I was trying to get Adam out.
That works.
But everybody else was trying to, well, the two people was trying to get you out. And they said your stories never add up.
How?
I don't know. I never met you, so I was trying to get Adam out. And that's just what it was. So
who was else up there? It was Kelsey and Lindsay?
yeah.
Oh, that's dumb. I saved them both.
Kelsey.
Yeah, she fought for Adam. How did South Africa get voted back into the game? Y'all voted for him?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
So Wesley, how did you get here?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a threat. I'm a threat. I call
Wait,
people
so
on their
did
shit.
we have an assumption of who the Power Players were?
Oh, last night? I know Adam because I told Adam, like, when he came up to potential power plays, I told him, I said, I wanted you gone straight up. I said, I don't know why you're here. So he was one.
Wait, so you're saying he's a freaking power player?
Yeah.
Who's voting? Because I'd love to have a chat with them.
Oh, that's my whole strategy for the rest of the game is to make his life a living hell.
Oh, we have 3 tasks tonight and one will involve spying tomorrow? Okay.
You have
Hold up. Let's pretend this is tea, okay?
Okay.
On Monday, 2 people from the game will get invited to join the and you must agree on 2. Oh, bring South Africa ass back to the board.
Okay.
Oh, if you really want to do that to make an impact, you would do South Africa and you would need somebody else that can easily talk about them because that will get him back into the void.
He's gonna get back to the board anyway. I'm guessing, is Lil's a power player?
Yeah.
If she's a power player, she's gonna vote him out. She does not like him.
Ooh, that would really ruin his day. Because she would fry his ass up. Yeah, bring Lil in here too. Fry his ass up too.
They have a one-on-one though, don't they?
Yeah,
oh, well.
Yeah,
you know
it would
what?
be.
I want to see it too. I want to see it too. Bring him in.
I was like, this is the best thing I can do right now. Damn, what the hell was that? Brooklyn Apple, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go. There's only 4 minutes, so.
Wait, is everybody leaving? Oh, he did come back.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
Nobody make it look like we're frozen.
I don't. Are we sure it's me? It wasn't me.
I can't hear you. Yeah, you got to talk louder.
Can you? This is weird.
Like talk louder. Like louder. Like, put your mouth
Can you hear
to
me?
the computer.
Oh, Brooklyn.
You still can't hear me?
No, put your mouth to the computer, and maybe we can hear you. Like, get closer to the computer.
I hit you. I'm kidding. You're kidding, aren't you?
No, I'm being serious. Like, you gotta get closer.
I'm super gullible. Okay.
Like, get closer.
Monet, is he serious or kidding?
I just have to. I think there's a thing I have to do over here real quick.
I didn't think I'd be chatting with you.
I didn't either. I'm a little. I don't know.
Like, oh hey, like when I saw your name, I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know. So apparently, these are the one-on-ones everybody's been talking about. I've never done a one-on-one.
No. This one's different than the one that. Because the other ones, we got messages from people in the void. How do you feel about last night?
Okay, that shook me because I'm like, where did Leo come from? But at the same time, I definitely feel like he's had a change of heart.
Okay.
But,
oh no.
Like I said yesterday, actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
But yesterday, I'm like, we need to like stir some stuff up. Because I'm sick of being on every chat and everybody being happy-go-lucky. Like when I tell you I be spilling the tea, I be spilling the tea. Okay, first of all, were you in the group with me and Lils in the Flash that one time when I was telling them about what Brooklyn said?
No.
Okay, so apparently Brooklyn, the Flash, and Lils were in the Power Player group when Adam was in the bottom group.
Oh, yes.
And,
and how she said that she was one that thought,
she legit was like, I was fighting for you like tooth and nail.
And I know they mentioned my name, but I didn't hear what they said. And so I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Up lied. So
I don't know. It's crazy.
I don't understand the point in her lying though. Like she didn't even need to tell Adam, oh, I chose you. I love Kelsey. I think Kelsey's cool. Good in my book. Love her. I love that we can't talk to each other outside of this.
Yeah, me too.
It's just like, wow, I really wish I could have a one-on-one with like this one person. But like, I got you. Don't worry, I got you. I'll have your back. Like,
I feel the same way.
You like quite frequently, and I'm like, she's cool.
Why?
Lils likes you. Like they're always like, oh, like I haven't heard anything like good or bad about her, and I'm like, she's cool.
It was really nice to hear him say that he had my back. I really like Dillion. I think he's one of the more trustworthy people in the game. I definitely feel like I have a good connection with him.
I knew it was going to be Leonard. I knew it. What's up?
Hi, Liz. I can't believe it. You know, Liz, I had this feeling in my body.
Yes, but look, I just said, it's going to either be Wesley or Leonard. I knew it though.
See, if you and Wesley, but I don't know if he's in the void. Maybe
you know what? I don't think so. He tried to allude to the fact that he would be, but I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I think he's lying. I think he was lying to try to get. I don't know. I think he was lying.
Wesley was like the whole time with you, like, yeah, we are like best friends and everything. And you know what you said yesterday night, that no one is each other's friends? Liz, that really like opened my eyes, because what you said was very true. Because no one is friends on this game. So the night after that,
and they gonna lie to your face.
Literally, Liz, and I'm not lying to you. I promise you, the night afterwards, I don't know if it was the night afterwards or the night after that, but then I was with Wesley and Kelsey and Brooklyn, and you went there, and then he was like telling his whole strategy, how he's going to try to get you into the void and him as a power player.
But why? But that's my thing. Why would you tell somebody your strategy?
My name came up a bunch. It's a game it's supposed to. I wasn't shocked because she probably heard somebody try to put like lies in my mouth and all that shit. People playing the game, so.
If I must be honest with you, I think the people that I feel like is like a threat for me is because I would say the quiet people.
You gotta stop running your mouth so much about stuff in the game. And stop answering questions when people that don't talk much ask you. You feel what I'm saying?
I do, Linz. I do.
Because this is what happens. All right. You like me to the point that you can be talking, but you retaining at the same time, right? But what happens is you don't filter it when you bring it out. Like, you can know stuff about everybody in the game, but like Leonard, you gotta know that if you in a group, say it's me, you, Flash, and Deleon, you can be a little bit freer with your mouth in that group than you could be in a group with like Lindsay, Alex, people like that.
Me and Leonard definitely had a good one-on-one chat. And I think that he understands how I operate now. I understand how he operates, but I also think I appreciate him accepting my schooling him on how to move and how you can run your mouth and talk all you want to, but be careful how much information you divulge. So
it was really interesting because we were like this the whole time on each other, and then the day after we were like just fine. But I see through that. I still don't trust Liz at all.
Yes! I was so scared. I was like, oh my god.
No, literally, me too. This game has completely just changed. And it's stressing me out.
Tell me about like what's been going on in your world, because we haven't been together for these past couple nights.
Okay, so the other night I was in a group with you and Kelsey. That same night I was in the middle group, and I was in that group with you guys. So I was in two groups. I know. I don't even know like if anybody else has had that opportunity, but I did because of my score. So that was weird. And then the next night, I was in the power group with Adam and Dee, and then we voted Wesley to the void. And then last night, I was in the group 2 with Lils, Adam, Dee, and Flash. And then Leonard came back in and spoke to us, and then Lils had a huge argument.
Really? Between who?
Crazy. Lils and Leonard. So like they're just going in on each other. And then tonight I'm in the endangered group again. So okay. I'm just confused. Like I'm genuinely confused.
I thought that I had like made friends. Not made friends, but like
had a good standpoint with people.
Yeah. And so okay, I was in the not safe group with Wesley and Alex.
Okay.
And then we had kind of figured out like who the power players were, and we knew that Adam was in there, and I was like, okay, Adam, I saved you when I was a power player. Please come through.
Everyone likes Adam. That was my last note, but yeah, that's just something that is a reoccurring theme.
I also, cause like I know I always say like there's no friends in this game or whatever, but I just feel like I feel the most comfortable speaking to you.
Treasure is one of the only people that I feel like I can trust in this game.
My main takeaways from the conversation, I really see that we have definitely kind of been on the same page and are both just like trying to get by, I guess you could say.
I don't know. Have you heard anything about me? Like people thinking that I'm...
Okay. So yesterday, Lils was kind of like saying how she doesn't know about you. Like at all, she doesn't know. She used like the term like wishy-washy. She doesn't know about you. We're definitely both just like trying to be more aware of like who likes us and who doesn't, because at the end of the day, this game is essentially based on your scores and like who wants to vote you for what.
I think the main thing that I got from the chat with Treasure is knowing that some of the people that I thought were protecting me were actually going around calling me wishy-washy and saying that they think I switch up, which is fine. You know, people have their opinions, but don't say that you're gonna do one thing for the benefit of you because I'm over here rating you high thinking that you actually have my back when you're actually over here telling people that you think I'm wishy-washy.
When she called me out and was like, oh, like I just don't know about you, that's why I asked her.
I was there.
Okay, yeah, that was the only time that she called me out, and I was like, well, why do you feel that way? And she was like, well, I feel like you're easily manipulated. But I feel like had I not asked that question, she could have very well used that to make me feel like question my character.
Right.
Like, so I don't know about her. Like, I feel like she's the wishy-washy one.
So I was in the Power Players group, and like right away I wanted Wesley out. Like I knew like I wasn't trying to get you out at all. Like I have nothing against you, right? And so it was me, Dee Dee, and Treasure. And Dee Dee wanted to stay out of it because we only needed 2 people to like agree on it. So Dee Dee really just didn't vote. So I was basically trying to convince Treasure the whole time. And like she was flip-flopping back and forth so much between you and Wesley. Not because she wanted you out necessarily, but because like she wanted Wesley to help us get Lils out.
Adam, he was thinking about keeping Wesley in the game because he could have used him to get Lils out. But at the end of the day, Treasure made the final decision. She voted Wesley to the void.
But I was like, yo, what if they like randomly bring someone back in the void and then we just see them back on our screen? And in 5 minutes after I said that, and we were all shocked. And I was like, did I speak that to?
Oh man.
I was so shocked when we saw his like name come up before we saw him, and I was like, oh my gosh! Like I felt like I was like, I didn't do that because I said that.
So as soon as he joined my group last night, because he was in both groups last night, as soon as he joined mine, he started like throwing shade at Lils. Like no prompting. Like there was no like.
In y'all's group last night.
Yeah.
What did he say? Oh my gosh! Hold on. Let me get my life together. What did he say?
He was basically saying, like, okay, if you think I'm a liar, if you think I'm fake, then say it to my face, you know? And he said, like, he's heard a ton about what she said about him from other people. And, yeah, but he was, like, very clearly mad at her, though. He wasn't just, you know, putting on an act. He was mad.
I heard that he came into the power player group and just went in on Lils. So I just feel like if he got the opportunity to vote Lils out, he would do that. It just doesn't seem like he's just like, oh, I'm just wanting to come back in the game and play. No, it seems like, I'm not saying his sole motive is for revenge, but I think that if the opportunity presented itself, he would.
Leonard threw shade at Lils. I'm not sure what was said, but also in that same incident, Lils called him out on his shit. So they're definitely bumping heads.
It's the same thing like what Treasure is saying, you know, about the whole not able to like have friends in this game in a way, you know what I mean? You know, and I get that, you know, the whole friend stuff, you know, and stuff like that. But at the same time, you know, it's always good to have people that you quote unquote trust, you know. Until now, the people that I thought I trust don't trust. So it's like, it's kind of confusing right now for me in a way. So I'm still dealing with, you know, getting to know people more in a different level, you know. And I've met a couple people on a different level, but probably this is why this is one-on-one between me and you know, getting to know you on a whole different level. Who knows?
Because when we usually in a group together, we don't really communicate that often. So we had the opportunity to communicate with each other. When me and Adam ended up in the Danger group, Wesley was a power player. Because I know he said something about I didn't have to worry about going to the void, and it came down between Adam and Brooklyn. And basically, the way I interpreted that, okay, he has my back. Okay, so when me, Adam, and Treasure were power players, I don't want to say Wesley because I feel like he had my back, so I want to return the favor. And then during that conversation, Adam, it was subtle shade thrown towards me because he was like talking to Treasure, and he was saying how Wesley can manipulate people to be yes men and stuff like that. And he was like, I understand you don't want to get on his bad side. So I was like, I don't care if I'm on anybody's bad side. It's not that. It's just the fact of a quote unquote loyalty thing. That's all it is. But I felt like that was shade towards me. But I don't know. I may just be interpreting wrong. But that's why I'm watching Adam. So
Right. Yeah. So that's when you have to like be on the lookout more often. Then if that's how you feel, just be on the lookout more often and see what's going on with that whole thing.
mm-hmm.
I'm not really a fan of Adam. Honestly, I'm not. Just cause, and also yesterday, he was looking at Lils, or he was just looking like serious the whole entire time. And then Lils, I think, said something to him, and then Adam felt some type of way as well. I think we could become great allies. I think I could honestly trust her just cause the way she is, the way she was speaking to me.
So, me and Leonard, I'm gonna go. I ain't gonna really ask your permission, but I'm about to tell him about our conversation. So last night, me and Leonard had got lit because he came for me, child, and we was just going and going and going. But I will tell you this: one of the things we discussed was the fact that he did put me up on game about Wesley, right? Mm-hmm. And the other thing we discussed, I'm gonna tell you something else we discussed, so we discussed the whole thing about him calling Kelsey the bitch.
We talked about it yesterday too.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure.
Kelsey was there too.
But I'm gonna tell you something else. Hey, Flash. Something else Leonard kind of alluded to that I also told him I felt like he was right, but I did tell him to stop talking so much around certain people, around the quiet people, about other people. I told him stop running his mouth so much because what's happening is, like for me, I run my mouth, but it's like I'm still, telling Flash, telling Deleon, telling Lindsay, whatever. But I think I told him earlier, like I feel like he be flowing, but he not really thinking of when he flowing.
Leonard was very quiet. He didn't seem like he wanted to contribute much to the conversation. He seemed very uncomfortable in Lil's presence. She called him out multiple times in this one group chat about how he should don't spill the water. She's like, that's not cute. And I agree, that isn't cute, always spilling people's business.
Like, it was some stuff said in our group, and like people just kept saying like, oh, I heard through the grapevine. And I'm like, I'm sick of people saying I heard through the grapevine.
Keep it a sec, right?
I heard it there. I'm like, who said what? Because like Lindsay brought up, she like, oh, Leo, I heard about you. Somebody said blah, blah, blah. Like, just trying to be sneaky. I'm like, okay, Lindsay, first of all, I said it. And I don't know if you just said that because you think I'm scared. Like, I'm scary. I said what I said.
Wow.
Like, when I tell you, me and her was going head to head yesterday. Like, I
can't believe that, but
Alex out there laughing the whole time. I'm like, what's so funny?
I'm telling you, everybody that I put on my list, them be the one.
Now, Deleon and Lils, I've never seen or met them, so this is my first time seeing them and seeing how they interact with other people and where their thought process is. One thing that really stood out to me is how the Flash is very neutral. He was standing back in the cuts. He was very observant. He didn't really talk unless Lils or Leonard addressed him directly. Deleon and Lils are big ass fucking gossipers. I feel like they both have each other's back throughout this game Period.
Tonight you all will be great and live in this chat, but baby, yeah, we
In
about
other
to get real. I'm ready because I don't care. Let's do it. Please let me
Come on,
know.
I'm ready. Let's do this.
I am too. Likability. I'm sorry. I see a whole lot of ones coming. I'm gonna keep it a stack. 3.
Really? I would give Kelsey a 4.
I'll give Kelsey a 4 as well.
I'm going to give Kelsey a 4 as well.
I can honestly say that voting in person in front of everybody, I kind of like that a lot because it shows a lot in everybody and where everybody stands.
Treasure, I'm gonna give Treasure a 2.
Me personally, besides her age, you can be whatever age I have noticed. You can be 18, 19. You know, you could be the youngest one of the pack, but I will also give her a 2. You know?
I'm gonna give Treasure a 1.
I'm gonna give her a 3.
Because I had a one-on-one with her in the other chat, and I really got to know her on a different level. I will grade her. Me personally, I'll grade her a 4.
I'm gonna give her a 3 because I'm on the fence. Because I met her like very early on. Like I saw her one time and she didn't speak a lot, so it could go either way.
It was very uncomfortable for me. I don't know why. It was just like weird because I want all of those 3 people like gone.
Alright, let me think. Okay, I have met Adam 2 times in my life, and what I've heard from myself, what I think about myself, and what I've heard by Liz, I'm going to grade Adam a 3 because I'm not so sure what I know about him right now.
1.
I would also grade Adam a 1.
I enjoy the live grading, but I also feel like some people are not being true with their scores because the grades are live. It's kind of like, ooh, what if Lils tells so-and-so that I gave them, this grade? So I feel like people feel more pressured to give the grades that they see other people giving.
1.
1.
Oh God! Your average is 1.
No hesitation.
It was very interesting that Liz graded everyone very low.
Oh, 1.
1.
I give her a 2. I give her a 2 because I like her more than I like Lindsay.
I don't know if people changed their grades because we were live, so people tried to vote like other people, but I like how you switched that joint up.
Oh gosh.
Wait, do what? Hold on.
We'll be grading the players in the other groups live tonight in the chat.
Wait, but we don't know who's in the other groups.
I mean, we know who's not here. We don't know what groups they're in, but we can still give them numbers.
Likability.
On their
on
likability. You're gonna grade everyone else live in front of everyone, and we're like...
With my own perception of Kelsey, I'm going to give Kelsey a 5 because she has been nice. Well, to me, I don't know how she's been with everyone else. She has been nice. She is likable. I haven't seen any necessarily something that stands out bad about her or any phony side.
Honestly, I was thinking they were grading too nicely.
Were you? Please grade Lils.
Oh boy.
Let's see here.
I'm gonna give Lils a 2.
All right, I'm going with 1 because she scares me. She's so confrontational, dude. I know, because she's just so in your face about everything. Why she gotta be like that? That's a straight 1. 1.
I'm not gonna change my grade because other people are there, and I wanted to actually see other people's thought process and what they thought, because you might say one thing, but when it comes to the grades, you could be lying.
I'll go 4.
She is playing it safe, but I don't think anything's wrong with that, so I'm gonna give her a 5.
But I felt like I had to also then grade nicely because they would say, wow, Adam is harsh.
I don't have a problem with Flash, and we have been in a couple conversations. I did mention how like I felt like at the beginning, because he asked like who's the youngest, and I felt like that was a kind of a target to like make it look like I could have been more manipulative throughout the game. But after that, he has proven that like he is like a cool person, and I don't think he's plotting. But I also am not completely sure about him either, so I'm gonna give him a 3.
I'm gonna give Leonard a 3.
I'm gonna go with a 4, just because this was my first time meeting him, and it was complete opposite of what I had heard.
We're all so honest, and the thing is, we're not rating people just to be rating them to get them lower than us. We're genuinely rating people based on how they're making us feel and based on the questions that are asked.
This whole situation yesterday is what has thrown me completely off. I feel like he came at me sideways for no reason, and then the whole we'll see blah blah blah. I'm gonna give him a 1.
Okay. In comparison, I actually like DeLeon because he's never done anything to me, and I've never heard him talk bad about anybody or do anything. And in comparison, like I did give I think I gave Kelsey and Leonard a 3, so I'm gonna give him a 4 because I like him more than them.
I'm surprised that it's just us.
Oh, that's surprising.
I know.
Wow. Well, that's different.
I was very surprised whenever I saw that Kelsey and Dee were the only 2 potential power players.
Lils and Leonard actually got into like a verbal altercation yesterday.
Are you serious?
Yes.
They were talking about Leonard and Lils, how they were butting heads, and they're both going to be in the group with us tomorrow, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Where's the other groups? Okay.
3.
4. 2.
1.
I was surprised that she gave some people those low grades. 3.
3.
I still like Dee a lot. I think her and I have similar views on like people in the game.
Okay, so I actually remember Dee Dee being mentioned as a power player, but this was when this was with Adam, Dee Dee, and Treasure. So all in all, Treasure was the one who voted down Wesley. And there's a whole big story behind as like why. Welcome back to Monet, spilling some fucking tea.
I found out that Leonard been saying hella shit and Liz was saying shit because all they did was talk about me the whole time on a one-on-one.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Oh,
Yeah.
The one-on-one you listened to? Oh.
Yep. That's why I'm going to put Liz in her place.
Overall, they like Kelsey the most, and I've only met her once. Now, my theory as to why is because she doesn't, drip water or drip little hints on people like other people do, aka Lindsay, Leonard. And she also doesn't put her neck out on the line for people to think that there's something untrustworthy about her. Now, this is a theory. I've only met her that one time. But other than that, DeLeon and Wills, I feel like they both have each other's back. They both are the biggest shit talkers in the group. Leonard was so fucking quiet. I felt like a really strong, uncomfortable vibe from him because Wills called him out multiple times.
Hey y'all, what's up? Oh, hey.
How are you, Elizabeth? It's nice.
I'm doing good. Doing good. Finally can put a face with the name.
If I come out and I lose my cool, then I'm going to be a hothead. And if I'm categorized as a hothead, a lot of people that don't like conflict, they're going to take a step back, and that's going to hurt me in the long run.
I'm a little irritated right now with one of y'all that's boys.
How the fuck are you going to like somebody when you never met somebody like that?
Another thing that frustrated me was the way Leah was acting. And it's not because of him, it's because of the situation.
For Treasure and Adam to be so low with me scares me.